Ryan West with Team AkzoNobel and the Volvo Ocean Race, and I'm going to show you guys a little bit about what we're doing with the Biometrics project. We've partnered with SAP, and we're really trying to push the limits on what has been seen offshore before. So these guys go off sailing for 18, 20 days. We all know it's insane conditions, 4 hours on, 4 hours off, but how are they sleeping, what are they eating, and how much calories are they burning? So we're trying to solve that problem. One of the biggest things that we're pushing to do is make it usable on board. What works on shore is not going to work offshore. And we also have race constraints where you can't transmit or receive anything while you're racing, so it all has to be done internally. To do that, we use a wrist-based wearable. It's just a watch. On the back, we get an optical heart rate sensor, and we collect heart rate. From that, when they're on deck, it stores the data, and when they come down below, it syncs up via Bluetooth, and then we take it into a Raspberry Pi where we have a logic software. And from that, we can push out and tell them how many calories they've burned, when they've slept, and we can also look at their sleep duration and patterning. Was it 3 or 4 hours in a single block, or was it 15-minute naps all throughout the day? Because that affects how they go. From there, as we push forward, we're also looking to get into heart rate variability, which is a little bit more of a detail in showing the nervous system and the fatigue, early warning. With this, they'll put it in their ear, and it actually measures their beat-to-beat heart rate changes via an optical sensor on their tympanic membrane. And that'll give us an idea of, are they fatiguing, are they not? But the main things we're pushing for and getting right now are their heart rate, and from their heart rate we can get the caloric burn and the sleep. And just those two things, we're comparing then to yacht performance and starting to look at trends and seeing, can we make small changes in making sure the sailors are eating well, just a heads up aware for them, because they can see it on a UI. Have I eaten enough in the last 3 days to cover what I've expended? You know you're tired. Yacht racing is always going to be pushing hard, but can we be strategic about who we rest and then when they're driving, when they're not, to gain those 1%? I mean, this fleet's finishing within hours of each other after a 3-week race, so a 1% gain is huge. So if we get inshore, and as we gain more and more data and we can get predictive on it, you're going to change how much they're going to pack for the next leg food-wise. Is it going to be a cold weather leg, a hot weather leg? What does our modeling show on how many calories per day you're going to burn on that? And then sleep patterning, just getting an idea also on what their schedule is there. So how can we help make small changes and say, look, you get 15-minute naps often, but if you could really get a 45er in there somehow, it's going to make a big difference in your recovery.